Old and Achy here with another Destiny 2 video, and this is the weekly heroic adventure for this week, which is March 5th through March 11th, and it is on Titan, and it is Bad Neighbors. And I'm running this with my third character, which is Titan, a striker, and here are the weapons that I'm using. These are not my primary weapons, but I just got too lazy to switch those over to this character today, so we're just going to run with some backup weapons. It's actually fairly straightforward if you know what to expect. So here we come into Titan. It could have been a little faster, but that's okay. Alright, we'll just run past Hawthorne and go right to the waypoint for the heroic adventure. And I'm going to select it pretty quick, but it is Bad Neighbors. There we go. And of course, it takes a while to load her up.
My crew says we've got two problems. Wizards on a tower roof doing who knows what, and the Fallen they've spooked.
So who do we fight?
Fallen first. They're using fuel cells to build an explosive countermeasure to the hive. Sloppy stuff.
And it's not clear where they're at, so just kind of follow the path that I just did. Now, I'm being a little bit careful here just because these weapons are not as comfortable to me. For example, the scout rifle fires kind of slow. But we've got to pick up 6 of those fuel cells from the Fallen. And I'm looking around for the 6th guy. There he is. There will be a few more down here, but I don't need to deal with them.
We've got their fuel cells. It won't be blowing up
Alright.
today.
So there is no waypoint for this part of it. So when you spawn, just kind of turn left and run to where I was.
Right. Coordinates.
Now we're off and running to find the hive.
That should work.
What should work?
We'll call it a hive disruptor. Let's go disrupt some hive.
Yeah, just follow this path. And for the rest of the mission up until the very end, we'll just be fighting off hive as we progress. This is a typical adventure. It's not too difficult. Well, for me, because I'm leveled up to 650 and my weapons are 650, so I can take a little punishment and deal a little punishment out. Now there's a side room up here that I found at some point that I found was pretty interesting. Notice how careful I'm being here. I'm not just charging in. One note is you might want to go to Titan and pick up the bounties before you do the adventure, because you will. One of them is kill 30 hive, another one is arc weapons, kills with arc, and let's see, what was the third one? Oh, 5 alkaline shells or whatever they are, and I just saw one up here on the left. So you can actually put a dent in the bounties while you're running heroic venture. I forgot to do that. Okay, so we just keep following the waypoint here, our directional waypoint. Most of these guys probably below us. Oh, see, there's another one. Alkaline dust. And again, we're just fighting our way to the end game here. The hammerhead machine gun is not as good as Thunderlord, but it is a decent weapon to use when you need to clear out a gaggle of bad guys, or you need to take out a boss or two. And it actually has a little more ammo than the Thunderlord. I believe. Now, let's see. I think the side room is in here. I heard that little chirpy noise that tells me that there's something to view. Oh yeah. See that thing that says unlocked? Now I went in here and looked around after I cleaned out the bad guys there, the hive, thinking maybe there's something in here for me to see, and I couldn't find anything. Maybe somebody else can. They're hive boogers. So I looked at all the consoles. At least I thought I did. So probably, if there is something in there, it's probably the one console that I missed. That's why I'm kind of poking my nose in these things to see if I get an interact message. Other than that, to me now it's becoming a waste of time. I was hoping maybe there's some sort of new lore or something in here, but I guess not. At least I didn't find anything. So on with the mission. Yeah, see, I heard that little there's something around you kind of noise, but nope. I give up. Let's get this thing over with. Now this actually is following very close to the path of one of the first missions, one of the first story missions on Titan, if not the first. The one where we have to activate or unjam the power turbines and stuff. I can't remember the name of it. Might have been Hope or New Hope or something like that. See, normally I'd be using an automatic on these guys, but again, I just got way too lazy today, because when we get done with this, I'm going to be flipping back to my main character, which is a warlock. And the reason I didn't do the story with the warlock is because I fell off the platform at some point, and I like to do these without dying. So instead of finishing it with a death or two, I decided to go back and run it with my third character. Sort of like running the mission with my one hand tied behind my back. Whoops. I don't know what that buzz was. I don't think that was the game. No, not that. Machine gun. There we go. There are times when I'm pressing down on my switch key to get my power weapon, and the power weapon doesn't come up, and that really irritates the heck out of me. I don't know if it's my controller or the game. But anyway, we took care of it. I was curious where that knight went. Alright, as we come through here into the next ramp, and again, this is looking very familiar to me from the original stories. I think we're going to get some exploders coming at us. Either on this one or the next one. I think it's probably the next one. Nope, it's this one. Okay. Just kind of hang back and take them out with a scout rifle, because they'll keep coming. I took care of those guys. Sometimes when you take out one, you'll blow up the other ones. Alright, this is where it gets a little hairy, where you gotta start jumping. One of the reasons I went to the Titan, because I got a really good jump with this guy.
Which way, Sloan?
In fact, that was almost like a double jump.
To the top of a tower.
That was weird. Heart skipped a beat. There we go. Okay, this is new.
Eliminate the wizards, destroy their project, and stabilize this rig.
That's Dreamin' City stuff right there. Those platforms. Okay. Now, what's going to happen here after I plant the fuel cells? That's what I'm doing here. And then I blow this guy up. And I don't waste a machine gun bullet on it. Alright, I'm going to get 3 witches,
From here.
or wizards,
You do.
followed by a bunch of ads. In wave 1, there's the 3 wizards. This is the hammerhead, really comes in handy here. Come back here. Now I'm going to get a wave of ads here. Not too bad at this point. They're not trying to overwhelm me. I can stand back here and take them out with my scout rifle if I could hit them. I just don't like this scout rifle, but stuck with what we got. There's that buzzing sound again. Not really sure what that is. That might be I transferred this over my little internet. Yeah, I'll check it out when I render this to see if that that buzz is there. If it is, then I'll figure out another way to copy the gameplay video over to my rendering desktop here, because I did it across the network, and that may be why that's happening. Not sure. Okay, here comes the next wave. This one's going to have 2 wizards and a bunch more ads. And this is where it gets a little hairy. You can see that we get Thrall in 2s and 3s charging us. Alright, well, if I don't get any more of that buzzing, I'll probably go ahead and render this one and then apologize. Would apologize in advance for the buzzing sound. I'm not really sure where that's coming from. As you can see that, you know, the ads are typical hive, and you know, there's a certain percentage. I think you get, each one counts like 11 or 12%, something like that. And then when we take them out, then the final thing we have to do is take out a boss wizard, the yellow bar, and that's it.
Got him, Sloan.
That's essentially the mission. About
Nothing your crews can't fix in a day.
actual gameplay was probably 13 minutes or so. It's not that big a deal, not hard to do.
Your word for it.
I did it with my 3rd character with non-preferred weapons, and I didn't die. So this is pretty simple. Okay, I did get my clan credit, and I did get my my bounty for this, but I figure I'd just hang around to the end. Until mission end, and then go ahead and it'll take me back to Hawthorne, basically. So I hope you liked it, liked the video. I hope this helps you in your quest for the weekly heroic mission for March 5th through the 11th, heroic adventure, I should say, March 5th through 11th. Bad Neighbors. It's Oldenaki signing off. Take care, everybody.